Happy Tuesday, y'all. Or should I say, Happy Tuesday, 3 o'clock coffee, y'all. Yes, it's about 3 p.m. Central Time, January the 2nd. I'm out working on the computer because we're going to talk about resolutions. And I know y'all are thinking, yeah, I'm going to diet. Yes, I'm going to, hold back on not so much coffee, not so much sodas. We all have resolutions. But mine actually started processing about 3-4 weeks ago. And I'm sure y'all could tell by the lack of videos. But I think I explained a little bit when we did our little garden update, greenhouse update, that with the holidays, the sickness, the post-recovery from oral surgery with the grandson, there was a lot of things happening. And that took presence over social media. And many of you, and I want to thank you, actually commented back and just full support. And that confirmed that I knew when I said that I would get more of support, encouragement, and prayers from y'all more than I would the negative. So I thank you for that. But as you can see in the title, this started probably month and a half ago. We find ourselves not just being content creators or whatever label, I can't stand that label, but I am a content creator. I've had to accept that, guys. I don't like it, but I had to accept it. But anything we do, we feel like we're hitting a brick wall, and pieces of the bricks, some don't tend to fall like we anticipate, or like we want, or like we desire. Well, that's where Lippy has been. And I'm going to read something to y'all here in a little bit. Well, yesterday on New Year's Day, kids was here, Felicia, the son-in-law, everybody was here. Grandpa made his trip back from Arizona safe and sound. And he arrived, and we had the best time having our New Year's Day dinner and kids opening late Christmas presents from my sister and my niece, who they didn't get to see. So we just had the best time. And I made a dessert, guys. I was like, I'm going to do something special. Well, my special was a cheesecake. And you're thinking, it's a cheesecake. No. Because Lippy's never made a cheesecake from scratch. And I had all of this cream cheese from the last 2 months, from Thanksgiving and making different things. And I was like, I'll just make a cheesecake. I keep graham crackers at all times in the house. That's just basically a staple. I'm going to make a cheesecake. Well, I'm looking in books, and I said, let me YouTube. Oh, there's 100 ways to Sunday. But they all pretty much mimicked each other. So I took one that had the greatest reviews as, I tried it, I didn't change it, it was perfect. I really didn't hone in on the ones that said, I liked it, but I changed it to this. Because that's what you have to do with a recipe anyway. So here I go with 5 blocks of cream cheese, 6 eggs. And I said, and I think it was 1.25 cups of sugar. So it wasn't a lot of sugar. The graham cracker crust, that was easy. I make them all the time. And then it said, you gotta bake it in water. I said, I got a spring form pan. Well, if you keep reading the blog, you gotta wrap in foil. Y'all, I put so much foil on that That pan, I put one this away, one this. I had a lot of foil on it. I said, water is not fixing to mess up my cheesecake. That's 5 blocks of cream cheese. So I followed the instructions. And it did say in this particular blog, you may get cracks. You may get indentions. It may whatever. Guys, now this was a 4 or 5 hour event, okay? I should have turned the camera on, because what an event. I thought I'd lost my mind because there's a lot of steps. Anyhow, fast forward, the cheesecake didn't crack. It didn't dent. I didn't get water in it. It was perfection. I'm talking about perfection. I said I did it. So I went and grabbed blueberries out of the freezer. And I said, well, you know, some may want a topping. So I put a little bit of lemon juice, a little bit of sugar, a little splash of vanilla at the end, and I cooked it down, and so we had a blueberry topping. Great. Well, 2 of the grandkids got a slice because Felicia and Ryan had to leave to go get Grandpa. She said, go ahead and let the kids eat. We'll eat when we come back. Fine, let's do that. So they got a slice of cheesecake. Well, the second round of eating got done, and I'm cleaning the kitchen, and Grandpa says, you know, I think I want a slice of cheesecake. I'd made a fresh pot of coffee. I said, okay, because I had it sitting on a pretty cake stand in the icebox because I wanted to keep it chilled. I pull it out and I set it on the counter. Life is good. I lift the lid, set the lid down. Well, I needed to slice it, so I kind of slid the cake stand to me. Y'all, I wasn't thinking that is still sitting on the metal bottom ring of the springform pan. And when I did this, the cheesecake did this. And I was in slow motion. And Buddy's walking in, and I'm like, y'all, the cheesecake took flight, flipped upside down, landed between the bar and the dining room table. And I gasped. Well, when I gasped, everybody in the living room was like, oh, but little Mo, I didn't get cheesecake. He takes his finger, y'all, and at this point, we're all kind of, like, nobody wants to say nothing. What is Mama fixing to do? We're all froze in time. He says, licks his finger, and he's eating some. I said, whoa, Mo, what are you doing? He says, I just wanted to get a taste or two of the cheesecake. Y'all, we busted out. So I move him away. But he says, what, I get a shovel? I said, you don't get a shovel. So I had a spatula, a long handle. So I just take the top lid of the cake pan, and I'm scooping, dumping, scooping, dumping. And I get most of it, but it's still a thick layer, kind of splattered. Well, I go to get rags and soapy water. Here comes my granddaughter, Michaela. She says, hey, Mama. She went to ask me something. I said, where are you standing? She looks down. She was standing 1 foot in, thank God, 1 foot in the middle of the residual of the cheesecake. I'll run around there, and she just froze. I said, oh, we got to get your shoe clean, because this was her Christmas shoes, $100 plus sneakers from her daddy. And she does this. She holds her foot up. As in, clean my shoe. I said, take this shoe off. Mama's got to clean it off your foot. I said, good Lord. So the shoe comes off. I set it to the side, and I go back to cleaning. So shoes clean, floors clean. My heart still sunk that this beautiful cheesecake I did not take a picture of, splattered on the floor, ended up in the trash. And that was my New Year's Day. What do? You just laugh about it, right? You just laugh about it because you can't make it up. This happens in life. I'm sure it's happened to y'all. But let me tell you, I went to bed last night thinking, and you'll understand, that I actually needed that. I needed to break the noise here, because there's been a lot of noise happening here. And what I mean by that is our thoughts. And as many of us go back the year previous, because we started a new year, we think of the things that we can make better, or things that we can improve on, or things that say, you know what, you're hitting this dead road, and maybe, just maybe, it's time to travel a different road. You know, if anyone says, well, I don't do that, I would have to disagree. Because resolutions, regardless of how small or how large, it is something we all strive for. My resolutions and thought process has been going on a couple of weeks. And I'm pretty sure it showed in my content. I like the word video, but I'm going to make it a point this year to use the proper words. And it is what it is. It is content. I am a creator. And it's just something that I've had to accept. It doesn't mean I'm labeled like my mind says I am. It is exactly who I am. I'm a content creator. But when it comes to being a content creator, it's tough, okay? The first hurdle that I realize I have been battling is this laptop, is this phone, is the technology. And guys, I'll be honest, I've tried, and I just, that's what I do. Because it's like, you know, I shouldn't worry about that. You know, I know how to make a video. You just turn a camera on, right? I know how to fellowship because I'm a people person. And I have 80% of my subscribers, you guys, are truly my friends. No joke. You're my friends. But I also know that I struggled with trying to further my platform, further my channel. You know, it's a lot of hard work. Meaning, one, it's hard work for me personally because I don't understand the technology part. I don't understand the back of the scenes, if you will, because I don't have a back of a scene. I just have me, my garden, my kitchen, you know. So we're gardening, we're, I don't know, cooking, canning. I'm just sharing my life. Just my life. There's no hooplas in Lippy's life. It's just an adventure. You know, I wake up in the morning going, oh Lord, what am I going to get into today? As many of you can relate. But at the same time, not only do I have a platform of social media, I also have a small business, my happy place, the Sugar Shack. Well, the two have to work together. In order to enhance my business, I have to enhance and work and strive towards building my channel as well. Building my base, if you will. And yes, y'all see, these are words that are very simple, but they mean a lot in a content creator's world, okay? So I know that I have still a lot of work to do. But I also know that I have to admit to myself before I admit to you guys that I have considered dropping YouTube. And I'm being brutally honest. You know, that's just how Lippy rolls. If I'm not someone who's going to sugarcoat something, I'm not going to tell you something that's not fact, as in my perception of fact. I'm not going to run to a store and buy ingredients just to put a video out. I'm going to show y'all what we're eating. I'm going to show you what I'm growing because that's what we're eating. I'm not going to make something of nothing, okay? So I have considered dropping YouTube. And I need to explain why. Because as a content creator, you have to hit certain marks. And I've come to accept it and realize it. And you have to see what's trending. I used to say, oh, that's a joke. No, it's not a joke. Now, everything I'm sharing with you guys, I've already shared with myself and my husband and some close friends. And so I've battled this for quite some time. But now I'm not at a crossroad no more. I know exactly what the definitions mean. I know exactly when I read something on an analytics. I'm pretty good now at the interpretation of it. 6 months ago, I couldn't have interpreted nothing. I learned it by YouTubing it, by Googling it, the definition. And then I paid attention. And what it told me was, with all the work that I do, and that doesn't mean creating content, it just means putting the camera there, one, putting your face to the camera and being comfortable, that's checked off. You're making the video, and you're taking an hour-long video and you're trying to condense it from 10 minutes to 30 minutes. You know, you find that rhythm. And then you post it with your description. My description is very bleak, okay? You post your tags. I don't know anything about tags. Well, I didn't know. Now I do somewhat. So now I can properly, for my ability, put tags in that actually make sense. You know, like I told y'all, I don't speed through something. I travel my journey slowly. So I can see the beauty outside of my travels. And I'm talking about trees and mountains and a sunset. I'm talking about our travels in life, our internal likes or dislikes, you know, what appeases our eyes. So, you know, life to me is a journey, and I've said that. And I want it to look a certain way. Peaceful, truthfulness, transparency. These are all the things that make up my DNA of the type of person I am. That's because this was the type of person I wanted to become at a young age. I wanted to be nothing more than a true friend and inspiration, someone that pleased, but not being a pleaser. I wanted to please the other one that I was bending the ear to, or that I was lending a hand to. You see what I'm saying? That's how I wanted to see my DNA, and I accomplished that. But now we're going to get raw. Obviously, that didn't set well with someone or somebody's, you know, like plural, as in multiple. Because I got slapped on the hand again with Etsy. Now, y'all know I have a website. I've pulled everything from Etsy but the seasoning because for whatever reason, I do get traffic there. I don't promote it, but I do. But I was reported for giving false information on my feel goods. So, and this has been going on, guys. It'll be a year this spring that I've not shared with y'all. So, I went in the description of the feel goods and I removed all the information but the ingredients. You know, I think I said, I use this personally. So that pushed me to that website. Remember that I had closed down, opened, closed down. It pushed me, and I'm so glad that it did. So whatever evil has been out there turning me in, that was the best thing that could have happened, because it forced me to go to my website that my daughter worked her behind off of to set up for me. And today I can honestly say I can get on my own website and do pretty good. Not perfect, pretty good. Now let's move to YouTube. Now there's various social media platforms: YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm only on YouTube. Guys, I do have a life. I have a little business. And if I was to go YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, my whole time would be consumed in front of a phone or a computer. Now, majority of the content creators that have grown their channel, that was their lifeline for income. I totally get it. Totally get it. So they spent hours in a phone, a laptop, a camera, whatever it, you know, I don't know, what do you call it? Electronic device. Pushing. So I get it. But at the same time, as a content creator, you have to start looking at yourself when you start learning the analytics. And my analytics says my channel is not growing at all. Tags are good. The content, to me, is good because it's pure honesty. It is my life, not somebody else's. I'm not holding on to somebody's shirt tail. This is just raw Lippy, okay? This is my life. But it's not appealing to a lot of people because now that has transitioned from Etsy to my YouTube channel, even down to the music. I cannot tell you how many strikes I get from YouTube. But another channel can play the same music. The description is not in there. We're talking about high channels. And they get a pass. You see, to me, rules should apply across the board, or you don't have a rule. It should not be up to a platform, a company, to say, or a person working from home for maybe YouTube or whomever, saying, yeah, I don't care for that channel, so I'm going to flag on the music. I can't tell you how many times I have been getting a strike for using music that YouTube said I could use with no copyright strike. Now, that's been happening recently. So, you know, I don't know what's going on. I'm not going to dive too deep to try to figure it out. I can tell my friends, you guys, that it's not easy putting yourself out there on social media. And then you get this type of feedback. It's almost a slap in the face because you look at other content creators, and in my opinion, and this is my opinion only, that's learning gardening, and I'm proud for them. They're learning life skills, let's put it like that, and I'm proud for them. But as someone of my age and experience and knowledge, and that comes with age, time, the knowledge comes as we grow. You're just not born with it. That I see right through it. But yet, their numbers just skyrocket. And you know, used to I didn't pay attention to it till I learned the analytics. And it just choked me a few months ago, like, oh no. And then it gives you suggestions, you know, because in those suggestions, and if y'all are content creators, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, right below your videos on YouTube Studio will show you the videos that's in comparison to yours and what people are watching, who they're watching, and it kind of gives you a draft. And I was like, first of all, there's not many my age that's growing. I can get that. Young people have a way to do all kinds of stuff, you know. That's great. I don't have that. But when I saw what I was being compared to, it blew my freaking mind. Because I'm not compared to a gardener, a cook. Every video of mine, no matter which playlist, meaning a category, soars above the other. It's all stagnant and it stays the same. So then you have to say, okay, what can I do to reach a broader audience? Because I have a business. I want this business to grow. In order to grow, I got to branch out with my audience. Well, I'm not fixing to go stand on my head or be a stupid comedian, although there's some great ones out there, I'm just saying. But it's not who I am. This is who I am. So, you know, I'm kind of taken back because I thought that I was well-rounded. Well, now learning this, you really got to stick to one thing that the audience wants to see, and you strive for that. I don't have one thing that stands out. Now, some of you may say, oh, I love you, Lippy. You're funny. You're the... And yes, but if you're a content creator and there's a reason why you're doing a video or videos, well, it's to brand me. It's to brand my name so my products are branded as well. It's a business decision as well as fellowship and friendship, because that's how the YouTube channel started. And because of you guys, it branched, and y'all supported me in this dream that I never thought would come true. But now I'm stagnant. Now I've been, you know, I don't know if it's called flagged. I don't know what it's called, but I'm stagnant. And yes, I have considered dropping my channel. Until this morning, because I was going to do a video, and I was talking to my friend Lisa, and I was indulging, and the response I got back was, I love you. You make me laugh. I've learned from you. She doesn't know, but when she watches this video, that it was just the little bit of what she said back. I was like, it means something. And then mid-morning, my daughter says, Mother, in a text. She's been working on my website because I kind of messed it up. She says, I want you to see a review. I said, a review? What review? I didn't know I had reviews on my website. Okay, there again, that's what I'm trying to say. I don't know this stuff. And let me just say, now I don't know, I did hit approve, and I will be responding with a personal email because I didn't know reviews also come with an email from the person that reviewed. I want to read something to you guys, and yeah, y'all gonna see me punch this. I told y'all I can't type. Okay, y'all ready for this? I'm not going to give a name. This was December the 27th of 2023. And I got 5 stars. And it says, my sister gave me your health and beauty set for Christmas. I used the Hurt Me Not salve last night, and I'm, and then she puts in capital letters, completely blown away. Less than a minute of applying the salve, my elbow and shoulder felt better. And for the first time in over a year, I didn't wake up during the night from pain in either joint. To say I'm amazed is an understatement. I am sold. Thank you for making this wonder available. And I was like, I know I read it 10 times. So you see, I was going to do a video that, you know, guys, I'm tired of hitting that brick wall and not a brick coming down. That's what my video was going to be about. And then I had that little conversation with Lisa. And then this. And it said, you know what, Lippy? You're doing something right. Maybe thousands don't see it, but you guys do, and you guys get me. All it took was this for me to say that my resolution is to better teach myself this. Accept the fact that I have a channel, and to do my very best with my channel, staying honest and transparent, truthful as I've always done, but even enhance on it. And so no, I will not be quitting YouTube. I've just got to figure out how do I build it to be able to build my business. So that is what I'm going to strive for in 2024, is to build myself. Well, to build myself is to educate myself. And it all starts here. And then it moves here. And I can't do that without you guys. So if I would have turned YouTube off, I'd have lost my friends. So when I said in the last two videos, y'all just don't understand just what you mean to me, I hope this video today truly explains that if it wouldn't have been for you guys, I would have shut YouTube down when I learned what an analytic was. Because I'm going to tell you what, it was a slap in the face. And to know that people are reporting people just because they don't like them maybe, or they don't, that is so hateful and so wrong. And, you know, I just hope it's not done to them, whether that be in the workforce, content creating, whatever it may be. I don't want them to feel what I felt. And I'm sure there's a lot of us out there. But what I will say in ending is, if there is a rule, for one, there needs to be a rule across the board. Just because I don't have 1 million followers, they get a pass, but us little ones don't. Because, you know, a lot of rules have been set. But it looks like it's not been set on a lot of content creators. And the only difference between them and a lot is the number. That's a fact. And so, yeah, I'm still a little ticked off about that. So, you know, I use the word feel good. I'm probably going to go ahead and go back to what it is, and it is a salve. And yes, I'm going to test my rights, and I'm going to test the boundaries. And that's only because I'm being truthful. So instead of me being the one getting bullied on, as well as a whole lot of content creators, I'm going to have to stand firm and say, you know what, this is who I am. It's freedom of speech. I'm not attacking people. I'm not rude. I'm not any of these categories. But this is my business. This is how I make my living. Not just YouTube, because YouTube don't pay crap when you're a little channel like me. So, hey, no, it don't even pay the internet bill. I'm just telling y'all. Y'all know. But it is my platform to my business, so the rules and the regulations is infringing upon my income. And so I'm not going to give in, because I was going to actually give in and cave and just say, you know what, I don't need this in my life. But that's a damn lie, because I need it for two reasons. One, personally, because I have a lot of friends out there. Y'all. Number two, This is my income I'm trying to build. It is my YouTube channel because it says you, meaning me. It is my channel, my rules that I set forth. So let the haters hate and do what they need to do, but they will not knock me off my platform. And that's where I stand, guys. And I'm going to tell you, this lady here, she'll never know what she just did. She just gave me the encouragement to turn this camera on and say what I just said. So, tell you what, things just happen when you least expect it. So this was my sign that that brick wall is probably shaky. The mortar is probably cracking. So maybe I can get 2 bricks off and move 2 steps closer. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm going to aim for. This year, I'm going to aim for educating myself and truly finding out where I need to improve. But I will never change who I am. And I ask that you don't either. If you sleep good at night and you're happy with yourself, don't change yourself. Change your ways like I'm going to change mine. Change a bad habit, you know, whatever. But whatever you do, always remember, you only fail if you don't try. So I'm not failing because I'm going to try one more time. So, as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. And I will see you on the next one. Time to drink my cold coffee.